Joining me in the studio today is an expert on personalised medicine, Professor Burghardt Wittig. He heads the Institute for Molecular Biology and Bioinformatics at the Free University here in Berlin. Professor Wittig, thank you very much for joining us on Tomorrow Today. Now, as we saw in that report, they are looking at targeting the genetic makeup of the tumour and also the patient's genome to find an appropriate drug to treat this cancer. How does your research compare to this?
In principle, it's similar. We're also looking for the genetic makeup of a tumor to find out, can the immune system detect these changes compared to the normal body cell, and could we stimulate the immune system to target the patient's own tumor?
So you're looking at boosting the immune system rather than using a drug to target the...
Yes, that's right. Boosting sounds too unspecific. We try to detect specific pathways in the tumor and fight them.
Okay. So personalised medicine in the report is what we've just looked at. Do you think this is the future? Do you think that every single patient is going to have a different medicine to the next?
Not every single patient, but certainly the classical tumor classification, which is currently done by a pathologist, will be much more segmented. So if there are 5 types of breast cancer today, there might be 15, 20 types. And then for all these types, we hopefully then have nice medicines.
Time-wise, how long do you think it could take before we have this on the market available for cancer patients?
Well, there are quite a number of drugs already on the market, and we are collecting experience. Are there advantages? Are there disadvantages currently? In general, the development time should be faster, because you're not trying out from a huge substance library, does this work, does that work? You're going by a rational scientific approach. You know the pathway that has a mutation, and you find out a drug that can work on this pathway.
So how important then is the individualized approach for diagnostics, for early detection of cancers?
Since every tumor is in an individual situation, you need to be as individualized as possible. There could also be a disadvantage. If you just hit one specialized target, the tumor cell could find a workaround and become resistant to this treatment.
Now, looking at statistics, the World Health Organization has said that cancer rates are actually set to increase by 50% by 2020. It's a really alarming statistic. Does this mean that this new personalised treatments will help us to live with cancer longer, or do we face a frightening statistic like this in the future?
No, I think so. The medication, due to these targeted approaches, will be much more effective in the future. And since the increase in tumor rates is mostly due to the increase in aging, because the aging immune system is no longer able to fight the tumor, we will certainly have good medication to conquer this.
So people are living longer, essentially, and that's the reason, because, I mean, it's quite a startling number if you hear it. But, for example, this new approach, what kind of cancers then can be best treated with this particular?
We are currently working on it, and the good outcome of a clinical trial is it's colorectal cancer, bowel cancer. But we will start with non-small cell lung cancer, the cancer type you were mentioning in the movie. And there are others that could work, renal cell, kidney cancer, for example.
Okay. Burghardt Wittig, thank you very much for joining us here in studio.